Suffering is optional, pain is inevitable, and people don't understand the difference between the two, which is what I'm going to explain today. Look, when you start something new, right? Oh, I have a light, right? Cool. So when you start something new, when let's say you start working on a project, right? Or you start writing something, and when you start writing something, when you start working on something, you got to go through the process. There are like a lot of difficulties. For example, if you're debugging a large code base of which you don't have any idea, or if, let's say you are reading um, a very big book on, let's say, some network theory or something, right? It could be, let's say, a book on somebody else. So the pain is to sit down for 5 hours, 4 5 hours, focus on what you're doing at that moment. Um, but the suffering comes from thinking about how long, how many pages there are in the book, or whether or not you can do it in given amount of time, or whether or not somebody else did it, and you would put yourself in a state of stress, and you would put your mind in a constant state of stress, which would kind of build up if you do not execute, which is what is the cause of suffering. And when I say suffering is optional, it's not just me who says this, but when you compare yourself to other people, let's say you're playing a game and you start playing comparing yourself to somebody who played the game better, at least in your sense, and then you look down upon yourself, comparing yourself to other people, thinking that you probably weren't meant to play the game, or that you weren't good enough. That's where the suffering comes from. That's where you'll feel bad about yourself, and that is the part which kills more, of your mental peace. Therefore, the right thing to do is not do that part. And whenever you're, let's say, going to execute something, right, is to just act. For example, you're writing a long book and you want to write the book and sell it in public, right? So, whenever you write the book, when you sit down to write the book, your task has to be to not think about this nonsense, the noise in your head, right? Or whatever visualization of things, 10 things that are going to happen once you write the book, or in the process of writing that, or maybe writing the book is very hard, right? So you don't want to think about how hard that is to write it. You should write the book, take the pen, write the book, and then go into the process of writing, and in that experience thoughts. So that's when your thoughts are going to hit your brain, and then you'll be sent into a thinking state, out of which you will write something, you will derive some value, um, and hence not caring about the suffering, or at least not thinking about it. And that is when you just get, you know, away from the suffering and just focus on what is of value. The pain is of value because the pain helps you grow. Similarly, when you're debugging a code base you're not aware of, the pain comes from not knowing where things are, connecting things, right? So, getting context of everything. And I think the real pain is sitting down for 4 or 5 hours in anything. Let's say when I was preparing for this competitive exam, the hardest thing was to sit for 4 or 5 or probably 10 hours in one go. I would say like 4 hours, and not get up to get yourself in that focused mind state, that flow state. One of my friends who studies, um, you know, neuroscience tells me about flow state rapid. Getting in that flow state, sitting down for focused number of hours. For example, me sitting down for this video for 10 20 minutes. I think that's the hard part, although it is not. But let's say if I'm sitting down for something that I think is work. So sitting down for 4 or 5 hours every day consistently for a period of number of years is the hard part. It's not going to the gym. It's not eating healthy food. It's not avoiding liquor. All of that is like easy stuff. And when I say all of these things, what I mean is, as a human being, the hardest thing to do is to cut the noise in your head and just sit down for whatever you think is purposeful. and that should not involve suffering. It will involve pain, but not suffering. I'm not sure if you get it, but if you do, thumbs up for me, thumbs up for you. And just keep drinking whatever you like to drink, right? Just keep drinking this, that, keep writing, because writing helps to clarify thoughts. Because when you think and when you write, your writing is a form of your thinking, right? And music is you appreciating art. So you should focus on everything to make yourself more of a complete human being. And now I'm done with my can of Monster. So there we go. Bye bye.